Yo, what's going on, guys? GZTV back with another video. And in this video, we have Dexter. Sorry, my phone's a little bright there. We have this Dexter review. We're going to talk about. Sorry, I forgot. Lethal Weapon. We're going to talk about Lethal Weapon after this. And I'm going to go watch a Walking Dead episode and probably a movie. And then we're probably going to stream some 2K and Fortnite. Fortnite had an update yesterday, so I guess I'll try it out for a little bit. I might even play Minecraft with Logan, so if you want to check that out. I've been playing games on Twitch with him for a while, so yeah, we have Dexter, the second episode of the second season. We have Waiting to Exhale. Interesting episode. Things are kind of developing. This is going to be a rather short video, by the way. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about it, but yeah. Masuka explains to Dexter about how the killer may be able to dispose of the body fully. Which, yeah. The FBI does a briefing about the case and how it is the largest case in the precinct's history. And, I mean, Dexter's behind it. So, obviously, you're like, biting your nails. You're like, holy shit, what is going to happen to Dexter? Because, man, like, he's in some shit right now. Like, no one knows he did it, of course. But this is the start of a guilt trip. This is the start of, like, the most anxiety-filled moments of Dexter's life probably here. So, yeah. The Miami Metro Police Department, led by FBI Special Agent Frank Lundy, begins the hunt for the Bay Harbor Butcher. The Bay Harbor Butcher, yeah. Is what they're calling him. They're calling Dexter the Bay Harbor Butcher at this moment, obviously, because he killed those people. And he disposed them in the bay. He takes them out on his boat in the trash bags and throws them in the water. Obviously, there's no fingerprints. He's a pretty clean criminal. That's why he's gotten away with this for so long. I guess they're like... And it's crazy because they're just now finding all these bodies at the bottom of the bay. This is where Dexter's been. And it seems like he's just going to keep moving the bodies and keep putting them in different places, which he was discussing. Lundy displays several pictures of the crime scene during a briefing session to kind of like get the details, kind of get people informed on the situation, like they're in the police office or whatever. Dexter becomes worried because Lundy is now on the case. Like, it's an FBI guy. Like, this is gone federal. Like, this is fucking bad. It's not just like a state ordeal. Like, the whole nation is like looking in on this. Like, this is a pretty crazy like case here. If this happened in real life, I mean, this would be pretty insane. Both Dexter and the police are hunting for little Chino, and Dexter is determined to kill him properly, given a second chance, because, you know, the first time he tried to kill him, little Chino got away. And, yeah, now he's trying to catch him, kill him for good, and he does that in this episode. He tries to kill little Chino at a party, but is unable to do so. There's a lot of people that are like around. He's at like a party. He's waiting for little Chino to kind of slip up and to get caught lacking in some like dark area of the property. And he does go for like a smoke, and then Dexter goes to attempt it. This does not look good on Dexter's part. Like, if the police department figures this out, like, which they kind of did. I don't know if they said that Dexter did it, but yeah. It turns out to be an ambush, and he is almost captured by gang members. He is able to get away. This would have been really bad for Dexter, because he probably would have died from this. Deborah and Dexter struggle to overcome memories of the encounter with Brian that led to his death. They're kind of living together. They're kind of like, it's almost like they're bonding over it. They're like telling each other how they feel about things, telling each other their emotions. Deborah can't seem to become independent anymore after this. Like, it's really like destroyed her, which is understandable. She's never had to go through something like this. Dexter kind of took it mildly, because it's like he's been a part of like murders and stuff for like a decent portion of his life. So yeah, after Paul's funeral, Rita confronts Dexter about his involvement in Paul's death, and he admits to having an addiction, which Rita infers to be to drugs. Which, it's not to drugs. It's not a drug addiction. We all know what the hell he's addicted to. He's addicted to killing people. He's a damn serial killer, for crying out loud. And he is who has Miami all up in a ball right now. Curled up in a ball, fucking afraid, because they have this mass murderer on their hands. She tells him that he can get help and they will get through together. Like, he like had a drug addiction. He like tells her he set Paul up pretty much, but she's very forgiving of this. Again, she's very biased to Dexter's side, and like this loving part of her comes out when they're having this conversation. LaGuardia shows surprising support for her new boss. Like, if at first it feels kind of sarcastic, it feels like she's kind of faking it. But then it's like, okay, she genuinely like likes the lieutenant. She understands where she's coming from. She has like struggles, and she feels sympathy for her. Dexter finally is able to kill little Chino and finds a new dumping ground to put the bodies, so they can kind of put their, so people don't just start narrowing in on him, right? Reception, pretty good episode. 8.4 out of 10 on IGN. Subtlety is often not this show's strong point, but overall this is another interesting episode that does a solid job of looking at Dexter's relationship with various adversaries past and present, and showing how he reacts to their presence in his life. It's kind of like a case study, it's like a character study almost of Dexter. B plus on AV Club. It turns into a strong meditation on grief and the various ways people say goodbye to the flawed souls that have shaped their lives. In other words, it was basically an episode of 6 Feet Under, except the deaths here are of unnatural causes. So, yeah, it kind of deals with grief. That's like kind of a big thing that we're kind of dealing with this show right now. I mean, a lot of bad things have happened. Things are kind of boiling down. We're already through a complete season, and like the aftermath of the first season is still kind of dawning on all the characters. And the show does this in a beautiful way. A lot of emotion shown by the characters. Deborah is obviously like damn near hitting rock bottom, trying to figure out her life. She is a police agent. She has like a career. She has a living and stuff. But this situation, this whole thing with Brian, the eye struck killer, has really destroyed her. So yeah, we're going to see how this continues to affect her. We're going to see if they try to find developments on Dexter. Because Sergeant Dokes, when he sees something like this, he's probably going to point to Dexter. Like, he will probably snitch on him. When it boils down to it, he's probably going to. And I feel like this season's going to end with some crazy revelations. And Sergeant Dokes is going to be one of the first ones to figure these out, these revelations. So, yeah.